Hi, I'm Steve Kirsch, the CEO of Token, and I'm from Silicon Valley. And we're working on creating a new bank-issued payment type specifically designed for the digital age. Now, this technology is optional. It's about as optional, and it will be about as optional as the internet is for you today. So now today, we have payment types. We have a bunch of payment types, and they were all created before the internet, BI. What we are is a payment type that was created 35 years after the creation of the internet. Now, this payment type was designed specifically for use in the digital era, and what's really important is it's bank issued. It's a token is essentially a digital authorization. It uses digital signatures, and you use it to redeem things, and we're going to get into that in a second. It's easy and fast to add to a bank, so it sits along with your cards and checks and doesn't disrupt anything. It's just a new payment type. Now, it takes a while to explain something new and revolutionary like this. I spent about 3 hours being grilled by the former head of global payment processing for Barclays Bank. And at the end of it, he apologized for all the questions, but he said it's because I'm really interested in what you're doing. And he said that this was a brilliant new approach to payments, because he's in the UK, they say brilliant. We also spent a few hours with the European Central Bank. And at the end of it, we said, hey, how do you like it? And they said, well, there's nothing you said that we didn't like, which is about as good as it gets when you're talking to regulators. Now, the benefits are instant, local and cross-border payments, push payments, pull payments, instant. High security, more control for people, frictionless checkout, compliance with the latest standards like PSD2. You can offer new value-added services, and you're relevant in the digital age, and you can even avoid fee caps. Now, the user experience is unsurpassed. Here's what the user experience looks like today, because these payment types that we use were not designed for the digital age. You have to fill out about 14 fields. Now, with us, you just go to your bank, you click a button to enable token at your local token-enabled bank, and then, lo and behold, for websites that are enabled, you just click your particular bank account you want to charge. It goes bank direct. The bank's logo is no longer disintermediated by the Visa logo or MasterCard logo. For Facebook, they get much lower conversion rates in the developing world. And that's because people have cash. But cash you can't put it into a computer. They have an old-fashioned payment type. And so with us, what happens is you can take that cash, you can go to a bank, or you can go to Western Union or 7-Eleven, exchange that for an electronic token, and then you can pay Facebook. And the beauty is that Facebook only had to write one API to do this, and they get this worldwide. They didn't have to deal with 500 different payment systems. You can also use this for transaction banking. I know a lot of you are transaction bankers, that you can do straight-through processing for global payments and trade. You can do things like letter of credit, all electronically, with no human interaction. Now let me tell you about the technology under the hood. Instead of wet ink signatures that we're all familiar with, we replaced that with digital signatures. It's end-to-end, so it goes all the way to the endpoint. So it's not just a payment rail like faster payments, which just goes from bank to bank. And in fact, our first adopters are people who have been using FPS in the UK. Now, the heart of this is a smart token technology. So you have an asset like a bank account, and you can surround that with a set of rules, almost like writing a check, that this check can only be cashed by certain people and is for a certain amount. And it's got state, so it can have value, just like a prepaid debit card, essentially. And the beauty of this is a smart token can emulate any payment type ever created in the history of man, including the things that we haven't even thought of yet. And the best part, there is no Bitcoin, there is no blockchain. It's all bank-centric. Your bank is now the center of the digital universe, and you can use this to crush competitors like Bitcoin and the blockchain and Ripple and PayPal and whatnot. Your bank becomes the most powerful system. Now, the money flows. I have to, if you can pre-authorize, say, Amazon, you give that to your bank, you get a token back. You give that token to Amazon, you can share it with anyone because only Amazon can redeem it using their digital signature. They give it to my bank, requesting funds, the money gets sent, an IOU actually gets sent instantly, and then the amounts are credited and debited instantly, posting and clearing, and the settlement then happens with regular payment rails. This is in development right now. It is coming to a bank near you in 2016. And some of the banks on our waiting list, there are 14 banks in 11 countries that are on our waiting list right now. It's almost like every bank that we talk to wants to go, and like ETEL, for example, in just 1 hour, they said, when can we get your software? Huge merchants as well realize the value of this, realize that, hey, they get huge drop-offs on mobile right now. Half their business is on mobile. They get huge drop-offs, 75% drop-off when you enter a payment card. You get none of this. This is great for big merchants. So we've done big things. The team has done big things. I've invented a lot of key technologies on the internet. My co-founder was the former CTO for a small bank in New York, Citigroup, where he ran $1 quadrillion a year. Banks set their fees. We take a very small percentage. Together we can leapfrog the technologies that are out there today and create a great new payment system. Thank you.